I don't know about you, but some of my best thoughts come in the middle of the night. And overnight, I had an aha moment and a moment about my lights out video. So this is lights out part 2, little cleanup, and I had a new idea about one of the images that she talks about. So let me get my notes. Okay. First, the cleanup. Remember when we discussed connotation versus denotation? So connotation is the emotional, metaphorical, emotional feeling, that you attach to an image or an idea. Denotation is what it is literally. So I want to talk about that watch again. Literally, she has a watch and it would be 2 hours behind, which is Pacific time. But what if she was using it metaphorically, connotatively? Yes, she has a watch and she lived in LA, but what if it's metaphorically for being stuck in the past? Yes. What if it's metaphorically she feels out of sync in life? She's got one foot in Memphis, one foot in LA, between the worlds. We kind of talked about that a little bit. That would make so much more sense than literally being in Memphis and having to watch, 2 hours behind. I think it's all a metaphor for her, out of what time is it even, her out of sync life. Now, here's the moment. I woke up and realized, wasn't there a verse about crossing a bridge? And I totally skipped over that. And it's important and it ties into the watch. So here we go. You can tell I kind of get excited over this kind of stuff. Okay, was that a bridge I was crossing? Somewhere I stopped walking. I guess I fell off on my own. And she sings that right before the all the roads lead to Memphis. So let's talk about that. Was that a bridge I was crossing? Not literally, figuratively. What bridge do you cross in your lifetime? Well, you cross from childhood to adulthood. You can hopefully cross from grief to acceptance, emotional maturity, all kinds of bridges. And she says, was that a bridge I was crossing? Somewhere I stopped walking. She didn't make it across that bridge. Stuck. She's stuck. I guess I fell off on my own. I think she takes the responsibility here. Nobody pushed her off that bridge. It was her own inner struggle that kept her from crossing that bridge. Oh my gosh, she's brilliant. Can you see how all of that just ties in? It's fantastic. And let's see here. Let me make sure I got, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And, unless we had Lisa Marie standing right here, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen every interview that she ever did. I've never really looked at her lyrics. I know some of her songs, but I'm just now really focusing on them. And so some of you know them a lot better than I do. This is just a, cold interpretation. I don't have any of her words in interviews to back up what I'm saying or dispute what I'm saying. But I will tell you, and I said this in one of my videos on my previous channel, it doesn't matter if the author meant for something to be in there. If you see it and there is support for it, it's there one way or the other. And I'll tell you real quickly how that I experienced it myself with my own writing. When I was in college, I had a creative writing class, and we all had to write short stories and turn them in anonymously so that our classmates could critique it while we're sitting there. And of course, you have to throw in a critique of your own so that nobody knows it's your story. And I wrote this story that I thought was brilliant. Short story about a woman going to kill her husband for cheating. And my first first word was click, where she turned out the light and she's lying in wait at her house for him to come home from work. And between turning off the lamp and then him walking through the door with the bang was my last word. Her thoughts tell the story. And I was quite proud of myself. My classmates read it. We came back to class. They were going to critique it. And one man said, I love how this author included the whole story between the cocking of the gun, click, and the shooting of the gun, click. What? I never put that in there. But there it was. My click was the lamp. His interpretation was so much better than what I did. So when he said that, I was looking again. I was like, dang, I am good at this. So whether Lisa Marie meant any of that or not, it is in there. It's in there. And it all ties together in such a brilliant way. And I'm so excited to get to look at Soften the Blows next. Y'all go read that and see what you can make of it. Bye.